So why spring water? Knowing a source of wild spring water is going to give you secure access to water all year round. It's going to give you clean local water that you can rely on. Um, Even bigger factor is that if it's been here for a long time, you know that other animals and uh, game animals, other people are relying on this water source, so it's going to be protected and cared for. So why spring water? So in the bigger picture of things, with all the sources we could have out there, the best bottled waters from around the world, the best filtration systems, why do we keep coming back to this spring year after year? I would say for myself, because this water is the most natural form of water we're going to find on Earth that is the cleanest for our consumption. Um, if we think of something like a stagnant swamp or a flowing river, which one seems uh, more crisp and clear and clean as a drinking water source? So this spring water comes from miles and miles underground. And where we're located here, there's not much contamination around. So knowing where your spring is located and what industrial or agricultural or man-made pollutants could enter into your spring water at the source. Very important thing to note. So spring water coming from so low underground, it's filtering all the way down through the Earth's surface and then back up as it comes out in the form of the spring. So why this over, a well or a lake or a river? Those are all great choices, but in our lives, we focused on springs because these spring water sources can be much older than human uh, industrial revolution and the pollutants we've created in that time. So some of these springs can have water that's thousands, if not millions of years old. These aquifers where the spring water is stored underground uh, collect the water and then it comes back up in these uh, sources such as springs. So you have to think how long would it take for the water to percolate through the probably 1 mile thick of granite that this area is known for, the Boreal Shield. The geology of this area is very thick rock, so you have to think how long is the water going to take to percolate through all of this material, and how clean and parting ways with all the chemicals and different things, and then it comes up crystal clear right here, very cold. So we know by the temperature around 4 degrees Celsius that this spring is coming out at, it's very deep in the ground. So something that you're not going to get with your well water or your river water is the lower amount of solvents in the water. So a common way to test your spring water is a TDS meter. That stands for total dissolved solids. And that's going to check to see how much mineral content is in the water. And typically what you're going to find with city water, well water, lakes, rivers, you're going to have a higher TDS, because as that water being the universal solvent, as that's going through either the ground in the well and it's sitting there, or a river or a lake, you're going to find that water picks up minerals. So often you'll have a water softener with a well system, or even with certain city municipal waters, you're going to have something to take the overabundance of minerals out. So when you look at your shower head, and if you see a lot of scale and lime and build up on your shower head, your taps, faucets, anything like that, that's a key that there's too much minerals, in my opinion, for that water you'd be drinking. And if you're drinking a lot of these hard minerals, you got to think if it's scaling up the shower head, the faucets, the plumbing in your house. If you ever have seen the inside of municipal water systems, the pipes going to your house and around the city, they build up with scale and lime and all these things. You can imagine what that's going to do in your body. Probably very similar thing. It's going to find the other minerals and stuff in your body and build up and turn into scale. We can imagine maybe something like arthritis being a buildup of that over mineralization scaling up into your system and kind of creating barnacles and like coral reefs inside our body. and we don't necessarily want that. So spring water for us is a huge necessity in our daily lives, and also in the greater scope for community, for generations to come, for animals. These clean water sources are super important for the environment.